I want to welcome Lori, Divine, and Vitek Kruta, the masterminds behind Gateway City Arts. And it's such a pleasure having you today and getting to talk about all the amazing stuff that is happening in 2023, beginning this year, and a lot of new things happening already at Gateway City Arts. So welcome and let us know what's going on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. We are all very excited. I think we're finally, after 10 years, hitting our stride with what Gateway should be, can be, and what we want it to be. And that is more community events. We're bringing back our brunch on Sundays, which people loved and have been asking us for, and we're very excited to do that. It's an Eastern European brunch. So it's some Czech, some Polish, some little of everything. You'll have to see the menu, and drinks, of course. But at the same time, we're hosting a bazaar in the big room, the hub, which people can rent a table and sell crafts, collectibles, clothes, records, vintage things.
Secondhand.
Yeah, I mean, really anything short of weapons. We don't want any weapons, but anything that's legal, we can do. And we encourage people to come and bring their families and shop and hang out, have coffee, have breakfast. And then the other thing for Sundays that's new is that we're going to have programming after the brunch. So the first Sunday of every month is going to be dedicated to poetry. The second Sunday, we're hoping for classical music. The third Sunday, programming for kids with reading, with music, with puppets. Make it a family event. And then the fourth Friday, we're still talking about it. We may just leave it open for whatever appears. But we're calling it Sundays at Gateway, and it's a full day destination, fun place.
One thing that I found really beautiful to enjoy during the very first day that the bazaar opened, it was that immediately a lot of people connected with the concept of gathering, discovering, and exploring through records, collectibles, art, antiques, and other interesting objects that create a very special relationship between collectors and community and artists and creatives and people who may not necessarily find other places or times to gather. And this bazaar is now opening up that opportunity and that space to be there, being together, and it created such a unique vibe that also expands on the notion that culture and art represent as a community in an event that actually gave the space a totally different view and experience. And I can only imagine this growing up as more people get to come and join and bring more interesting objects to sell and exchange.
You know, really diverse objects, so that it's not just antiques and it's not just one thing, but it's all kinds of stuff. So that added to the fun of it. I mean, we want it to be fun as well.
I also am kind of fantasizing about creating opportunity for mothers to exchange their baby clothing, you know, get the strollers out of their basements for somebody who needs that, and create more of a exchange and a hub where things like this can happen. We are going to work even on like a bulletin board where if you have something to sell at home and it's too big to bring, you know, put a picture on it with your phone number, and it's just the hub that we are now committed to every Sunday to do this. And the fantasy is also to actually, when it gets warmer, to spill it onto the street. And I don't know if you remember, for years we have been talking about what can happen on the canals. It was such a substantial investment of the city of Holyoke and of the state to make that happen. And yet over all these years, you don't see much activity going on. And so my fantasy is like, perhaps this could be one of those things that can happen there. And who knows what else can attach to it. You know, it really depends on imagination and willingness of what people want to do. But Sunday on Race Street, Sunday at Gateway sounds like a fun thing.
Also,
Now,
something that's happened is that in the last 3 weeks or so, Vitek and some of the staff have painted some beautiful murals in that space. And so it feels very different. It doesn't feel like a gym. It feels like a beautiful, trippy place where, you know, you don't know where you are in the world. You could be in so many different places, and that also makes it, adds to the feeling, I think.
talking about the brunch at Judd's, thinking on those offerings of food with a European touch and flavor. So Vitek, I know that this is your area of work. So what is a little bit of what people can enjoy on the brunch at Judd's?
Well, we definitely, anybody who was at Judd's before, they know that this is an Czech American cuisine. So we do make sure that we have a food that Americans are used to. So for the brunch, we created the American plate. So it's gonna have the, you know, people what they are used to, eggs and bacon and home fries and all that. But then for the Polish descendant people, we have pierogi. So our one of our chefs, Franny, actually who left after pandemic and came back, which is a great news. You know, this is her family recipe, and she's gonna create those pierogis for this brunch. And there are a few favorite Czech dishes that they are going to be part of that brunch, and some traditional Czech pastry that I'm going to be baking. And then there is also latkes. So as you know, that if it's Eastern Europe, there's also very much Jewish tradition in a lot of different dishes. So we are adding that to it as well. And you know,
and the latkes are potato pancakes for people who don't know.
Yeah, and then so this is going to be a very basic 7-8 dishes that we will start with. We have some crepes that are savory and sweet as well, and we start with that. You know, we start with that because we are also still facing challenges with staffing and prices and all that, you know, that we are still dealing with the consequences of the pandemic. That said, you know, pandemic is not over. We are still trying to figure out how to make this work and how to keep the doors open. So, but anyway, we are very excited about the brunch because it's going to be very, very delicious.
So this Sunday is the first one, and we are hoping people will make reservations on our website through Table Agent, so that we don't get, well, we're hoping to get slammed, but we'd like to do it in a way that we can manage it.
Yeah.
So Sundays at the Gateway is currently happening. So this Sunday, the bazaar, brunch, and then some events happening at the Divine Theater. All this information and ways for people to contact you in case that they want to join at the bazaar, or participate in some of these events or make reservations, how can people get more information about all of this?
All the information is on our website, gatewaycityarts.com. And there's also Facebook page attached to that website. And also you
Instagram.
can sign up for a newsletter that we are sending out twice a month.
And Instagram. We're on Instagram.
Instagram.
We don't know how to do it, but we are on it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
An absolute pleasure. And it's so great to begin 2023 knowing that Sundays are now the destination for Gateway City Arts to be together and to enjoy of what we have been enjoying for all these years at 92 Race Street. So,
Yeah.
Lori, Vitek, thank you so much.
Thank you.